Eve sits by a quiet stream in the fading golden light of evening. The sound of water gently flowing over stones soothes her troubled heart, yet a deep sorrow lingers in her eyes. Jesus sits beside her, his presence radiant with both love and understanding. She looks at him, searching for answers to the weight of her memories.
Lord, I often think about that moment in the garden, the moment everything changed. Genesis 3, it was the day I listened to the serpent, the day I took the fruit. It haunts me.
I know, Eve, you carry the weight of that choice. But I want you to understand it not just as a moment of failure, but as a moment that revealed the depth of our love.
How could it be anything but a failure? We had everything, your presence, a perfect world, harmony with creation. And yet I was deceived. I doubted. I chose knowledge over trust.
You were not created to know evil, Eve. You were created for life, for goodness, for an unbroken relationship with us. But the enemy twisted my words, making you believe that you lacked something, that we were withholding something from you. And that is the greatest deception of sin. It makes you question the love that was always there.
I thought that knowing good and evil would make me wiser, like you. But instead, it separated me from you. The moment I ate, everything felt different, broken, and then I hid. Why was my first instinct to run from you?
Because sin brings shame, and shame tells you that you are unworthy of love. But Eve, I did not come into the garden in anger. I came looking for you. When I asked, "Where are you?" it was not because I did not know, but because I wanted you to see that even in your brokenness, I was still seeking you.
But there were consequences. The garden was no longer our home. Pain became part of our story. Pain in childbirth, pain in labor, pain in the ground itself.
Yes, sin always brings consequences. It was not my desire for you to suffer, but the world had been altered. Just as a stone thrown into a pond sends ripples outward, so did that choice. But even in judgment there was mercy.
Mercy, but we were cast out.
Eve, what if I told you that being cast out was not just punishment, but protection? If you had eaten from the tree of life in your fallen state, you would have been forever trapped in separation from us. By closing the way, we set in motion the plan to redeem and restore what was lost.
So even in our failure, you already had a plan to bring us back.
From the very beginning, even as I spoke to the serpent, I declared the promise. The seed of the woman would crush his head. Though the enemy struck a blow, he would not have the final victory. I myself would come to undo the curse.
You are the promised one, the one who would restore what was lost?
Yes, Eve, through me the separation will end. The shame you felt in hiding, the brokenness that entered the world, the pain of sin, they will not last forever. One day, I will bear the weight of that sin so that humanity can walk with us again.
Oh Lord, I wish I had seen then what I see now, that you were always enough, that I lacked nothing.
And yet, even in your mistake, my love has never wavered. I do not love you less because you fell. I love you too much to leave.
Eve looks into his eyes, and for the first time she feels the burden of her regret begin to lift. She realizes that though she once reached for the fruit in doubt, she can now reach for his grace in trust. Tears fill her eyes, but they are no longer just of sorrow. They are of hope, a hope that one day all will be restored.